Hey everyone, this is Alexander from Amazing STL Creator, and welcome to this new series where we're going to look at each of the programs. In this series, we're going to talk about what the settings do, what features the programs have, and some ideas for you to generate. Before we start, I want to mention that the slicer settings can be written in the description for each of these videos. Before we look at the different features and settings, we need to understand what is a text illusion. And a text illusion is where you have like one text and you have a second text, and you can merge them together and have the double text inside one. So as you see here, we have the first text that says your, and the second we have the name, and they are merged together, and then you get the your name. Alright, so that's how a text illusion works. The first settings I want to talk about is the type of spaces, this one, and the voxel quality. We have this 4 different quality settings, and this is how much voxels is in the model itself. And to show you how it looks, I have them already set up here. And to show you especially on the O's, you can see how much the quality changes. So this is the first one and this is the last one. The voxels isn't really visible when you're printing the program, when you're printing the model. The program generates in voxels because it's much easier to generate and much faster to generate. But when you have the model printed, it's really not that visible. Of course, the highest quality it's much less visible than the baddest quality here, of course. As you can see on the screen, this one is printed in the middle, like so. So it's not actually, you don't really need to use the highest quality. You can actually get really good results with just the low ones here. And the heart shapes, and I talked about the shapes. This is the love version, where you have the hearts instead of just a square in the spaces between. Then let's talk about more of the settings one by one now. Of course, the first things here is your own text you want on the first and the other. But let's get down to the length of Substrate. This is a way to increase the model. So I can show you right away. So this one is the default on 100, and this is increased by doubled up, so it's 200, this one. So as you can see, it's like a scaling all the way around. Of course, you can scale it yourself inside your slicer programs, but you get a better result when you're using the programs to scale them, because then you know that there's not something with the voxels and stuff like that. Okay, so that's actually just what that settings do. It's like scaling them all the way, like the length, the height, and the depth. So yeah, the second thing we're going to talk about is the substrate thickness. And to show you that, we have the here, and as you can see, that's actually the base it's standing on. So if you want to have a thicker base, you can actually do it. This is also the standard version, and this one is doubled up on the default settings. Okay, so that's how you increase your base on this. The next setting we're going to talk about is the distance from letters to substrate edge, and this is a way for you to make the base they're standing on much bigger and much more wide and stuff like that. So this is the normal value. This is doubled up, and this is 4 times doubled. So for you to really see the difference between it. So you can see this normal, this is a little bit bigger, and this one is really long. So you can get a much wider base that you can stand on. The next setting we're going to look at is the vertical scale, and this is a way for you to scale the pictures only vertical. As you can see, this is again the normal and the doubled up. As you can see, the base also gets moving up or down if you put the if you put the numbers down, they're going to the opposite. This is just the doubled up from the normal values. The final settings we taking a look at is the deepening letters, and that's a way for you to put your letters longer down inside the base without them going down, of course. As you can see, the first one here is the normal value, this is the second, and this is the final value. You can see it here, the O's and the U and the Y is much more down than the two others here. You can see more, and this final here. So that's a way you can do that to increase them down. Now let's talk about some ideas you can use this specific program to. You can use it as, of course, to decorate your own disk with your name or your something, if you like some memes or stuff like that. But you actually can use it more practical. Like if you're having an event, maybe you're going to get married or you have a birthday party, you can actually use the names of your guests, like something Simon, and when they flip it, you can like write something like your name of your birthday, like 15 years old or 20 years old or something like that, and or getting married or something, so people can take them home and they can see the name and when the event was for. So like oh, that was my brother's marriage or something like that. So you have like a fun way to have some unique cards, table cards, or something funny for your disk or something like that. So this is a way for you to make something not everyone have, okay? So thank you so much for watching, and see you in episode 2.